is good, young people? Your man, B2B, Barty Beautiful, back once again after almost a month away from you, but I am here to deliver to you the show. It's been a month since I've given you the recklessness you need. We are putting an end to that today. Been busy, a lot of things come up, dance takes a lot of my time, but I will ever stop doing the episode. And I can't. I'm the show. I love it. I love bringing you the recklessness. You and your mama eat. That's right. And I'm happy that I am coming back after this 2010 BET Award. It's a beautiful time for me to come back because it gave me some jewels that we must discuss. Now, I did not watch the BET Awards on Sunday. I have learned the power of 3 letters, which is how you must watch all award shows from now on. DVR. Bang, bang, bang. It is a beautiful thing because you can fast forward and rewind and see everything that you want to see and cut off all the 2.5 hours of stuff that don't mean anything to you. The BET Awards are 3 hours. I watched it 86 minutes. It was like an extended Perry Mason episode. It was fantastic. Next year, DVR the awards, watch it the next day. Now, because I watched it the next day, I'd already heard about the Chris Brown, Michael Jackson tribute Crying episode. So as soon as I got to the television, I fast forwarded right to that. And of course, I am a supporter, Barty Beautiful, the show of Chris Brown. I would like to say that I did not and could not watch that thing in its entirety. It made me uncomfortable. I'm one of those people who, when I see action, I do this like I can't say. That's what I did. We fast forwarded, rewinded, and played it at 3 speed or 4 speed. I just couldn't watch all the way through. I fast forwarded, I saw too much. I felt uncomfortable, but it was a good move for Chris. I don't know if it was calculated or really how he was feeling inside. No matter, it worked and it was effective and it was the right thing to do. Have I forgiven Chris Brown? He didn't sock me, so I've always forgiven Chris. If you felt the type of way about that over all this time, so I hope you forgive him, Chris. And I hope Chris can forgive himself by actually making a hit song. But he's on the right track to getting his career back. All them tattoos, he derailed himself. No more thug songs. You're a singer. I always understand who you always will be. Rappers have 5-year careers. Singers can sing for 30. Focus on the singing. One of the biggest things for most people, of course, had to be the Prince tribute. Prince getting the 2010 Lifetime Achievement Award, which, of course, he deserved. A couple of things that I read about on Sunday before I actually saw it on Monday. People getting to Trey Songz doing a bad job with Purple Rain. I personally thought that Trey did a great job with his little 30-second edition of Purple Rain to his own song. And it's like in the same feel as his other side of the bed with Purple Rain, so he tried. Now, it did him no service that Patti LaBelle afterwards also sang Purple Rain. And that may have affected how you saw or look at Trey Songz' performance. I think he did well. Alright? And if you want to really look at it, there were 4 women who had to do Prince's tribute because men's voices don't do that. Except for him rapping thick, it's it. So I give him credit for trying. Prince, the emotions on his face, it was great. He's awesome. He can take everybody's woman. We all understand that. Even though he's in high heels, he's freaking Prince. One of the highlights for me personally had to be the 4 songs they gave to L.D. Barge. The 80s here forever. And this, whoever gave him that little segment on the BET Awards after the tough year L had, shout out to you at BET. That was a really nice thing for you to do. You really didn't. You could have given it to anybody. You could have given it to Jeffrey Osborne. Could have given it to L.D. Barge. Anybody. You gave it to L. I personally appreciate it. We was dancing in the house. As soon as Rhythm of the Night came on last, to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light. We was dancing in the house. It's like a 30-year-old song. I would like to point out one thing. Charles Gardner, I'm saying your whole name, IEC Studios, calls me on Sunday night saying, I can't believe they gave Chico DeBarge his own segment on the BET Awards. I mean, on the phone, like, why would they give it to Chico DeBarge? Like, you not watching? I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Chico DeBarge got 4 songs on the track. I come to watch the video, it's L. It's a big difference between you saying Chico DeBarge was giving 4 songs on the BET Awards and L DeBarge. I'm like, why is everybody going crazy for Chico? And what made it really disturbing is that Charles is light-skinned. And I think it is his duty as a 30-plus-year-old light-skinned man in this country to know exactly which DeBarge is which. They're in your wheelhouse. They're your same complexion. You're supposed to know one DeBarge from another. And this is how bad he knows the DeBarges. He actually even said, oh man, it'd have been great if Janet Jackson had been in the front row so Chico could have sang to her. She wasn't mad at Chico or Al. It was like James or Ray the DeBarge. As a light-skinned person, you should be embarrassed, Charles. I'm calling you out. You should know your light-skinned star history from the 80s. You're an 80 baby. Why are you acting like that? Terrible. And of course, the one note that will keep us going in this week's episode is Nicki Minaj somehow winning the award for Best Female Rapper. Every time BET gives award for this, I am proven right. I am proven that female rappers all suck. The whole genre sucks. They all suck. It's not enough of them to go around. You give the award to Nicki Minaj, which truly I don't have that many complaints about, but she beat out Esther Dean, whoever that may be, Trina, Rashida, and Lil Kim. Now to me, Trina should be the winner by default because she's the only person who actually had an album in the last calendar year. How did she lose? I'd be offended if I was Trina. But it proves to me once again that this whole category needs a complete overhaul. And there's only one way to overhaul for all female rappers, and that is to make Lil Kim again a star. But that is not going to happen because Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim are at odds with her. That was a big thing in the last couple of weeks. Should Nicki Minaj be paying more homage to Lil Kim? Lil Kim spoke about it, Ray J spoke about it, Drake spoke about it, Nicki kind of sort of tiptoed around it, but she spoke about it as well. I understand where Kim is coming from. In 1996, she did everything that Nicki Minaj is doing now. As a matter of fact, she did it all in one video called Crush on You. For those of you who may not have been around for the Crush on You video, you should watch it on YouTube. And you'll notice that all these things is what Nicki Minaj is doing right now. And so I know it bothers her that she stole your old shtick and is using it again. I would like to say this to you, Lil Kim. It was a great shtick then. It's a great shtick now. And if you're not going to use it, someone else will. Like how much more homage can she pay? She stole your whole identity. She stole it. And guess what? It's not going to work out for her, but she stole it. Yes, we recognize you did all these things. First, we love you, Kim. That's why we will love you forever. Nicki Minaj will not be remembered through the vow of time right now. You will be. Those of us who are old enough realize she took all this stuff. But having this beef with her now because she stole your whole 1996 stick with the blue wigs and the yellow wigs, which I actually had high school classmates wearing to school every day. So I definitely lived through this era. How is this new clash between you two going to help you? It won't. It's not going to help anybody. Not Nicki, not you, not any other female rappers. You're supposed to collectivize like Voltron. I've been saying this. There's a reason why Nicki is being allowed to get away with this. Her fans don't realize this happened before. If you're 16 years old, you don't remember the Crush on You, Bobby Down phase of Lil Kim. You know, right after the Crush on You, Biggie died, she came back with the Bobby Down stuff with the North Tourists. They didn't see that. That happened 15 years ago. So if Nicki's fans don't realize it happened, and you start talking crap, you seem like an old fogey. Yeah. For people who like me and everybody in my age bracket who saw this happen, it takes away from how we feel about Nicki Minaj. You guys need to come together. You just make songs with the blue and orange and pink wigs. Come on. It's not happening this way. You gotta collectivize. I know she stole your shtick, but now that she stole it, why don't you earn from it too? It's a good shtick. You know, you start with the blue hair, you get some surgery, you do your thing, you get your... It works. It worked for you, it worked for her, it can work for you again. Get over it. Get over it. Speaking of people with issues with one another, this recent phenomenon of Rick Ross and Diddy has now caused 50 and Diddy to be at odds. Yeah, of course, you know, if Diddy is claiming Rick, then that means 50 is mad at Diddy. You know how you move. But I would like to tell 50 that I am totally against you riding on Puff, the Magic Dragon, aka Merlin the Magician. Here on the show, we are riding with Puff. I think he should be applauded for somehow fusing himself with Rick Ross. I mean, Rick Ross was a popular rapper who's had 3 albums on his own, which I liked all 3 of them. 2 or 3, whatever it is. He was one of the 10 most popular rappers on the planet right now. And somehow, Puffy ran up to him at a video or something and said, "Man, we did it! I can't believe we did it! You and me, we've come so far, Rick. I can't believe all the pain and suffering that we went through, and now you are a star, and I can't believe we did it." And Rick was like, maybe we did do it together. Alright. Puffy said we did it. And somehow he aligned and merged himself into a situation he has nothing to do with. Applause! Round of applause! If you don't understand how great he is at being a magician and making something out of nothing, watch him! Watch his moves! Does he suck the life out of his artist? Maybe so, but he's still here standing with 3 or 4 reality shows, and now he's going to do a cover of a magazine with Rick Ross. It has nothing to do with Rick Ross's success. Somehow he's merged himself in. That's something that should be applauded. And I give him highest credit to Puff the Magic Dragon, aka Merlin the Magician, for making something once again out of nothing. On some sad bad boy news, I just heard that Donnie Klang was dropped from the label. And again, Puff, you tricked me, because I could have sworn you was gonna get at least a little piece of money with Donnie Klang. Like, why couldn't he have Jason Derulo money? I don't know who he is, but he's making some money. I thought Donnie Klang would have one of those MTV, pop radio I never hear from again kind of success. Didn't work out, but Puff still are the Magic Dragon. You are Merlin the Magician, and I salute all your endeavors. And I also like to salute Joel, Cameron, Jim Jones, Freaky Sicky. Let's get Dipset back together. I only ask for one thing, because I really need you guys to come out strong. I'm really kind of bored with music nowadays, especially music from New York and Philly and DC. Come on, I need you to only add Vado. That's it. Vado, however you said. He's the only person I want to be added into the group. You guys expanded too big last time. You added a lot of people who I don't want to hear from. Don't do that again. You 4 and him 5, I'm accepting that. Rock with those. Everybody else, put them on the sidelines until you got this thing established fully, or maybe now. But I'm happy you guys are back together. One of the things we missed in my hiatus here on the show was Father's Day. So shout out to all the fathers out there, shout out to my own father. And I would like to say something about the whole Luke situation that played out on YouTube and VH1 Hip Hop Honors, where Lucas is owning his kids and the kids are telling him that he ain't a real dad. This is an ugly situation. For all the fathers out there, at any point in your life, you have not taken care of your kids and you figured, hey, today's a good day to start being a dad, you're right. Just start today. Start right now. If you've been a bad father for however many years, you can start making amends right now. Luke, you can make amends with your children. I mean, you have a child with someone that I know, and you saying that every child except for your youngest is, you're just a sperm on that. I'm sure that didn't make call your child. Your child's gonna hear this one day. It's not good, but you can make amends and fix that. I'm lucky enough to have a father. To all the fathers out there who've taken care of their children, been real men, God bless you. And if you haven't taken care of them, You can start today. It's never really too late. On some things that did bring me joy that I definitely want to bring to your attention this episode of the show. I have not seen TV One's Omarrosa Daily Show. TV One is just not something I naturally click on when I'm going through my station. I'll be honest, I'm an ESPN. Not really BT, MTV Jams, HBO Cinemax. I'm going to DVR. That's how my NBC TV One just doesn't come up. But I've seen the commercials for Omarrosa show, and I want to salute whoever cast I'll Be Sure as one of the contestants, because it brought something to my attention. And when I was growing up, 80s, 90s, we had these things called daytime game shows. Password, $10,000, $30,000 pyramid. What was the one with the people on the boxes? Secret Square, whatever that was called. On these shows were a plethora of B, C, and D stars from the past who were just barely holding on, aka the Nipsey Russells of the world. Now I know Nipsey Russell was in the Wiz, man. You gotta admit, after the Wiz and Car 54 were arguing, there wasn't much Nipsey was doing other than these game shows. How can we bring back the 80s and 90s B, C list people? We gotta put these people on reality shows like an I'll Be Sure. I want to see no more real people. I want to see the B, C, D list stars from the 80s and 90s on reality shows. I would love to see a dating show where somehow KC is fighting off with Aaron Hall. I'm watching it! And I think this just goes to show you, I don't know what his role is on the show, how long he makes it, but we have to start incorporating our 80s and 90s stars into reality TV, because it will definitely work. I'm looking forward to it. If someone can still tell me if I'll Be Sure is still on right now, I'll watch maybe one episode, but you get my drift. We gotta find something for these people, which is a perfect vehicle for them. And also, it was funny to me how I saw the picture of Lauryn Hill with her hair straightened, and it immediately got everybody thinking that, oh, maybe because she washed her hair, she's coming back. Like, is that how much we really miss Lauryn Hill? Watching videos the other day. She could have been the greatest. She blow dried her hair one time, and that was enough for everybody to go, maybe she's coming back! And she ran it, she cleaned her head, she washed her head, and she coming back! And that just lets us all know how much we really miss Lauryn Hill. Lauryn, please, you wash the hair, don't trigger us, come back, make some songs, we can't wait. And to wrap up this extended edition of the show, as the president of Local 6969 Bluesies Union, dedicated to the success and proliferation of bluesies around this great station and globe, I must speak on two stories to end this off. The first is the unfortunate situation and lessons that should be learned from Lawrence Taylor. For those of you who are not familiar with Lawrence Taylor is one of the most famous football players ever. He played for the Giants. He was on Dancing with the Stars a couple, maybe 1 or 2 seasons ago. Nutrisystem spokesperson. You probably recognize his face, if not the name. He was arrested about a month ago for soliciting and engaging with a prostitute who was under the age of 18. Yes, that's called statutory rape in every state in this country, except maybe Utah. Yes, statutory rape. It's a shame, and I gotta believe he's gonna go down. I do believe he slept with her, and I do think he is going to serve jail time. Unfortunate for him, but there is a lesson to be learned for everyone out there who is looking to use the services of a prostitute. There's a rule he missed, and there are 2 signs that he missed. Let me explain. The first rule of applying the services for you lames out there who try to do something like this. The first rule is you must look for a prostitute, okay, who looks like she's older than 27. I don't know why this isn't a rule or how this wasn't passed down to you. My uncles told me, if you ever find yourself in a situation you about to pay for some ass, the young lady must look over the age of 27. This way you can actually be with a prostitute and not a child masquerading with a prostitute if that's the direction you choose to go. You meet somebody who's a prostitute, and then you ask the question, how old are you? And they tell you 19 and they have a pimp, that's a child of the night. Like, why don't we see that is a child of the night? I'm 19. No, you're not. You're 16. Why don't you understand that? Maybe you did understand it, and maybe that's why LT may be going to jail. Because he understood just where he was putting his Peter into a child. You want a prostitute who looks over 27. And when you have a prostitute who looks over 27, you know, because she's been through some stuff. Like, she got some wear and tear on her face. And I'm like, you can tell that everything ain't right. And she's over the age of 27. You want some young, fresh girl, take you $500, go to the bus stop near college, where a lot of communities go, buy some girl sneakers, knock her off, send her back to school. That's how you handle it. Otherwise, you want a grown woman, because sex with a prostitute who is grown is a misdemeanor. Sex with a prostitute with a child who's not really a prostitute, but is masquerading as one, is a felony. Big difference. Of course, if you ask the age, and somebody says 19, 20, 21, 22, chances are they are a child. No one's gonna lie and say I'm a 27-year-old prostitute. That's a grown-ass woman. That's who you wanna be with. And if she looks young, says she's young, and has a pimp, child of the night. Just child of the night. Just tips that I have learned over the years. For me, Barty Beautiful, you, the lames who are going around this road. And as President Local 6969 Police Union, I want to give all of our support to Cat Stacks. Cat Stacks has not had a great month. Cat Stacks is getting our ass whooped in city after city she goes. Atlanta to DC to wherever little twist aunts caught that ass. And it's not unexpected. Because she didn't prepare and plan this in the way Superhead did, because you can tell that this is just, I saw Corinne Steffens do it, maybe I should try to do it. If you decide to snitch and tell on the people who live in that world, you can still live in that world. And that's for any situation. If I tell on somebody at my job, I should move to another place of employment, because those people won't trust you. If I start getting the gift of gab at the church, I may want to move to a new service or a new church. And if I'm in the streets telling on rappers and athletes, I can't be out at the party with them talking about, hey mother, hey, I'm here. Somebody's liable to smack you in the face. There's no book, there's no website. You're getting hostings here and there, but every time you host somewhere, you give someone an opportunity to smack you in the jaw. Now it's becoming like cool. Now it's not even people who are affiliated with other people you've been talking about. It's just, hey, Cat Stacks is gonna be in Cincinnati. I'ma smack that bitch. Who are you? I just don't care for her. And now that person's gonna smack you. You played it wrong. You are a talent. And I understand that you're trying to do this, but your vision's off. Hit me up. We can talk it through. Otherwise, you can keep getting that ass for.